Hey G fans, GojiFan93 here, and I'm here to continue my Let's Play of Save the Earth. We are now playing as Megaguirus, sadly, because he's probably my most least favorite character in this game, besides probably Mothra. Because I don't know, the problem I have with uh the flying monsters in this game, like the only, Mothra's the only, okay, I mean, like King Ghidorah can fly, but I mean, like, King Ghidorah's also, he can also walk and whatever, stuff like that. But it's just, I'm not into the flying monsters as much. I don't know, I really don't care for that, to play as them, I mean, Megaguirus was a good enemy, in the movie, but to play as him, it's not as fun, even though he just kicked the fuck out of Rodan right there. But that's Rodan, so. But yeah, Megaguirus, Mothra, and even Batra from Unleashed on the PS2. I don't know. Uh, but I can tell you that Megaguirus on the Wii is worse. Way worse, actually. I fucking hate playing Megaguirus. Damn it, as on the Wii, because it's just terrible. Like, there are some characters that the controls are alright with, but with Megaguirus and Mothra, like, they suck so hard with the controls. Yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, you guys will probably be hearing me complain a lot when I play Unleashed. It'll be like, the thing is, like, I was excited, I followed that game. And I'll probably be saying this story when I play the game, but, like, I followed the game a lot when it was first announced. Like, it was like a year in advance. It was like 2006 when I figured it out. And, I had so much expectations. I was like, oh my god, this game's gonna be amazing, especially after Save the Earth, And then when I played it for the first time, I was like, this is awesome. But then I took my Godzilla beer goggles off, and I looked at the game as a game itself. And it just does not hold up. It's terrible. Like, it's not... I mean, it's not the worst Godzilla game, that's for sure. It's really not. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I just wished that that game was a little bit more polished. That's all. So, that's really it. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be, I mean, there are good things about Unleashed, don't get me wrong. It's not like the game is 100% bad. It's just not, it's my least favorite out of the Atari trilogy. And the fact that the PS2 version is my favorite over the Wii version just for the fact that the controls. Like, that's how much controls matter to me in a video game rather than graphics or, the amount of monsters or, whatever. Now, that is to say, though, I'm a little bit pissed off of the PS2 version that they're... this will sound contradicting of what I just said, but... I am a little bit sad how the PS2 version didn't add any new monsters except for Batra and Obsidian or Obsidius. I keep on forgetting how if it's Obsidian or Obsidius, but like they why could they put in Crystalak or why could they put in Biolante? Because like with Biolante, it would make sense that they'd be able to put him in the PS2 because because we all know that in Save the Earth there are those files that have Biolante in it. So all they needed to do was just grab those files and put him into the PS2 version. It makes no sense. They could have finished him really. He could have been the finished version of what Save the Earth was supposed to be, or at least what Biolante was supposed to be in the game. But that's just like my thing on it. Let's see, why Mechagodzilla 1 could be in it. I don't know why. Actually, I don't know why most of the monsters did get into the PS2 version. I really don't understand. And I really don't understand how the Wii version has so many monsters in it, yet Batra wasn't able to be in the Wii version. Like, why not? Just make him the same framework as Mothra, but give him different animations. Like, Godzilla 90s and Godzilla 2000. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, I'm not a professional game designer, but I don't see how it could be that hard if you're professional. You know, if you know how to do the stuff. I don't know, but there's just a lot of things that I wish that that game did better, and it just makes me sad how that's the latest Godzilla game we have, and it's not the best, you know. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, goodness sakes. I really don't want to sneeze in the mic, because that'll just be terrible. Oh. Oh, goodness. But, you know, what I will say is that, like, Godzilla 2000 in Unleashed, he controls well. Like, that's the thing. Like Godzilla 2000, Godzilla 90s, Kiryu, Mechagodzilla 1 and 2, uh, let's see, King Ghidorah, like they control all right. Oh, this is the wrong challenge for Megaguirus, seriously. But yeah, like, you know, they control well. But the monsters that just control terribly would be like Megaguirus, Mothra. I think Varan isn't really that good either. But see, that's another thing too. Why wasn't Varan also in the PS2 version? Give him the same framework as I guess Baragon, because they kind of have the same kind of, like, I don't know, they could be on all fours, and I don't know, whatever, but or like King Caesar also, like, why wasn't he in it in the PS2? It doesn't make any sense, you know. There's just a lot of monsters that I don't understand that why they could not be in the PS2 version. But to me, I really honestly think that the PS2 version of Unleashed was an afterthought to the developers. I think what they did is they wanted to make the Godzilla game on the Wii. That's pretty much what their goal was. Like, all they wanted to do was be like, okay, you know, we're gonna make this Godzilla game for the Wii. Like, that's what we're gonna do. And I don't know, someone decided, you know, okay, well, you know, what about the people who played Save the Earth on PS2? Like, what are we gonna do about the PS2 people? And I guess they decided, oh, just make a shitty port, I guess, or whatever. And the Xbox got left out of the dust terribly because, well, probably one, because the Xbox was dead in 2007. So the original Xbox, that's probably why there wasn't a port for Unleashed on the original Xbox, because it was dead. And because the 360 was out, but the game could not run for the 360 probably. That's probably why the Xbox didn't have anything for Unleashed. So yeah, that's my thought on it. But yeah, it just kind of sucks. I don't know, just a lot that I wanted that game to be, and it didn't. But it's not that I won't say though that I didn't have that I do not have good memories with it. I did enjoy playing it, you know. And I'll find some enjoyment when I do a Let's Play of it, you know, but you'll probably be hearing me complain a lot about things that bug the shit out of me about it. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It won't be a rage quit, that's for sure, because I can at least beat that game too. It's not that bad. Ooh, that was a good finisher right there. Yeah, I mean, at least Megaguirus controls well in this game. I don't like playing as him, but he does control well. So that's, you know, it's weird. I'm a very picky gamer, I guess. So even when it comes to Godzilla, like that's the thing. What I had to say to myself was, okay, let's take off the Godzilla beer goggles, and, you know, see this game as a real game. And when I look at, you know, Destroy All Monsters and Save the Earth, I not only do I see an awesome Godzilla game, but I see just a good game in general, you know. But Unleashed, it's, you know, it's just one of those third-party Wii titles that kind of sucks. So this is why every game needs to have time and patience so that it can be perfect. You know, because no one expected Destroy All Monsters to come out. And that's why it was so good, because Simon Strange and the team had time to work on it. You know, there wasn't any time constraints. And with Save the Earth, they already had the framework down for it, so pretty much you know, they just had to kind of add on top of it. Um, you know, and it did come out in a year span. Well, no, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters came out in 2002. The Xbox version came out in 2003, and then Save the Earth came out in 2004. But still, you know, I mean, they had it down, and then it was a little, and it's weird because there was a little bit of a break for Unleashed, yet what we got seemed like a very rushed out version, which it was rushed, but I'm not blaming Simon Strange or, you know, or the team behind it. I blame Atari because they're the publishers, and it's always the publishers that rush games out. They're the ones who go to the studio, the developers, the ones who are actually making the game, and they go to them and say, hey, you guys have to finish this game, like, right away. Like, you gotta get it done. And even if the developers say, look, we don't have enough done, or we want to do more with it to make it even better, the publishers don't give a shit. And what's really sad is that, you know, Atari should know, well, they should have known, that, you know, with Godzilla, with a license like that, you have to make it, like, you have to have patience. You have to have a team that's willing to really do good on it. Because, you know, and Atari should have seen that with, you know, the fact that they did so well with Destroy All Monsters and Save the Earth. Those two games made Godzilla fans very happy. And yet, you know, yet Atari is rushing out Unleashed, and if the team is saying, look, we still have to make some more stuff on this to make it better, you know, I don't know. It's just very, very, very weird. But I know that there's a lot of you out there that actually Unleashed is your favorite game, and I mean, you know, I can understand that, but you probably are, like, I've noticed that it's like young generation, like youngsters, you know, the young viewers out there, like, because if you're my age, you know, you grew up with N64, and then, you know, like when the original Xbox came out, it was one of the best consoles, and then we got Destroy All Monsters and Save the Earth, you know, and the fact that Destroy All Monsters was my first game, or my first Godzilla game I ever played, you know, there could be some bias. So I can understand why a lot of you say Unleashed could be your favorite game, because if that was your first game, because a lot of you, like, for the young people, the Nintendo Wii was the first console they owned. And I could see how Unleashed would be the first Godzilla game, because that was the only Godzilla game on the Wii. So I can understand how you could be, you know, say that, you know, because it's mostly biased, though. You know, clearly Save the Earth is a more advanced game than Destroy All Monsters. It's just fact. Like, like when I'm looking at it non-biased, in a non-biased way, Save the damn it. Save the Earth is a way more advanced game than Destroy All Monsters. You know, that's the fact of it, you know. And I love Destroy All Monsters, and it's my favorite game, yet I know what is more advanced and what's not. And sadly, Unleashed is actually a downgrade of Save the Earth. You know, I mean, I don't want, I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me for that, but it really is. It's a downgrade because of how much it was rushed and chopped up, and just, you know, I mean, just think about it. If it had more time, that story mode would have been so much more epic. Because do you guys remember watching the developer trailers for that? Like when Simon Strange was talking about the environments of it, or, you know, when one of the developers were talking about, you know, oh yeah, you would be in this world and like walking around as Godzilla, and you could help your friends out. You know, like King Ghidorah would drop down at any time or whatever, and it would, like, all these promises of really awesome, like, encounters, random encounters, which are what I've been talking about, which is what the next Godzilla game should have. And we got none of that. You know, I mean, yeah, we got a story where you could sort of decide what to do, but it ultimately led to the same ending. I mean, it really didn't have any, there wasn't, like, any consequences for what choices you made in the game. You know, I think that's where the potential for that game dropped tremendously, especially after the developers promised really awesome ideas. And I don't. Once again, I don't blame the developers. It was Atari. They rushed the game. and it's you know, their fault, and I think Simon Strange is pretty pissed about that. So yeah, but that's my spin on it. Whew. I could make a discussion video about it, really. But so yeah. You know, and same thing could go for like Final Wars, like the movie. Uh, in a realistic term, without me being biased, because it's one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Oh, really? This fucking challenge as Mega Gears? This is gonna be a bitch. But Final Wars, if you think about it, it might actually well be a downfall of for the last Godzilla film. You know, I know a lot of older like Richard Iso. I know that he doesn't like Final Wars, and I can respect him for that because I see that. I understand why. He brings up good arguments. He's not just a hater that says, "Oh, it's stupid just because." You know, like no, he actually brings really good arguments as to why Final Wars does not work as a Godzilla film. So, wow, I flipped him out of the area. That was terrible. Shit. This is really hard, actually. Fuck. So yeah, you know, I respect Richard Iso for his opinions on Final Wars. So that's why I don't get mad at him for that. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool. You know, but on the other side, like, I love Final Wars for, you know, the reasons that I have. Oh, please make it, please make it, please make it, please make it. Yes, that actually made it. Wow. But so yeah, but with Final Wars, when I look at it as from a non-biased standpoint, I definitely see how it fails miserably as a Godzilla film. I see it, and I love the film, but I'm not blind. I see it. Like, I know, like, yes, I understand how it fails actually. You know, yeah, too much characters, or like too many characters, short monster fights. It's too focused on humans, and Godzilla's like a side thing to it. I see that. I totally get it. But when I look at it bias-wise, or when I look at it as just one of my favorite films, you know, I could bring up that, you know, well, you know, I like if a Godzilla film could pull off the humans really well, then I like it because I have more of. Damn it, Mega Gears, you're so fucking slow. I'm trying to grab Mechagodzilla here, but it's like not working because Mega Gears, he drops them so quickly. Alright. I'll just grab him in here, maybe. Shit. God, he's not making this easy. Anyways. So yeah, I can look at it from that, you know, but it's all about understanding, like, you know, yes, you like it, but understand its weakness. Like, understand why it actually doesn't do well. Is it over here? Where's the island? Oh, it's over there. Okay. So, you know, it's like if Call of Duty fans, okay? Call of Duty's been getting a lot of hate lately because, well, it's pretty much the same fucking game every year. But yet there's still a huge fan base for that. And the thing is I'm not gonna get mad. Well, I'm not gonna hate someone. I'm not gonna wish that they die. Where are you going, Gigan? Seriously? What are you doing, Gigan? Wait, is he focused on Mechagodzilla right now? What are you doing? I need you to go follow me. Alright, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought because Gigan's being stupid. What are you doing? Gigan, I'm over here. You go. Oh, no, not back there. God. Gigan. Okay, follow me. Come on. Seriously, please. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so, like, you know, I'm not going to wish the Call of Duty fan base would die. I mean, it's alright. Now, there are a lot of people in that fan base that are very ignorant. I'm not afraid to say that. They're fanboy. I mean, the fanboys, pretty much. Oh, damn it. Megalon went out of his thing. That's why I didn't win. I was like, why did it not end? Let's hope I can get Megalon back in there before Mechagodzilla runs out. Or I might not win this challenge, just because it's difficult as Mega Gears. Fucking hell. Come on, I gotta get you in. Fuck. I cannot grab him. Fucking Mechagodzilla's out. Thanks, Megalon. You fucked me up. Alright. But the thing with Call of Duty, with the smart Call of Duty fans, the fans who are actually fans, who are passionate about it, they will tell you that yes, Call of Duty is becoming a little bit stale, you know, but they always have hope that the next... Fuck, I failed it just because of Gigan, because of he's being a dumbass. Anyways, but the Call of Duty fans will say, yes, it is a little bit stale, but they always have hope for the next game that they'll actually innovate on it. And that's what we always do as Godzilla fans. We always say, okay, the next movie, hopefully it'll do better, or the next video game, hopefully it'll do better. You know, we'll buy it because we're fans. And that's why Call of Duty makes a lot of money every year, is because there are those fans who are devoted, who are saying, well, I'm going to support the developers because I'm a fan of it. And that's perfectly fine. But they have to they have to understand they're buying the same game every year. So, and the same thing for Godzilla fans, actually. If you kind of think about it, with the Heisei series, there was a Godzilla movie every year, and even though every story kind of had its own little thing to it, Godzilla's pretty much the same story if you think about it. You know, it's like two monsters, they fight each other, and then, Godzilla gets hurt at the beginning. Godzilla starts to, he loses at the beginning, and then he finds the power to win. It's a kind of rinse repeat kind of thing with it. That's why I like the Godzilla films that really changed it up, which are like GMK, or, I wouldn't really say 1984 changed it up. It was a reboot, so that doesn't really count. But GMK, and I think that's why I liked Final Wars so much, because it was so different. It was so different, but yet it felt like a Godzilla film, but it was, just so different. And that's why a lot of people didn't like it, which, once again, I can understand why the film, why it pissed a lot of Godzilla fans off. It's perfectly fine. So yeah. That's my little... Wow. I went from talking about Unleashed to the movies to Call of Duty in one video. Wow, that's pretty good. Goodness sakes. It's because I'm so bored as playing as Megaguirus, that's why. I think I get it. When I start talking about stuff, it's because I'm getting a little bit bored in the game as playing as whoever I'm playing as. But if I'm like really into the game, it's because I like playing as that monster. Shit, Mechagodzilla. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm done talking about that, because I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for what I just said anyway, so. I just says it as I see it. So. And that guy who I was mentioning earlier, Richard Iso, go subscribe to him. He's amazing. He's a huge Godzilla collector. He has a huge collection. He's like the, I guess I would say, like, professional collector, because he has so many figures. So, he's really cool. And, actually, another thing I would say, sadly, I was watching a live stream of him one time, and sadly he doesn't like Bandai Creation figures, because to him they're not real Godzilla figures. Kind of makes me a little bit sad, because it's like, I consider my collection of Bandai Creation very collectible and highly, I highly have I have pride in that, having those figures. But he's very, it has to be from Japan. Like, you have to get the figure from Japan. I can understand that once again, but still, to me, any Godzilla figure, like any Godzilla piece of merchandise, is a collectible to me. Like, if there's a Godzilla keychain, or like even a freaking Godzilla toothbrush, all right, I will want it, and I will say, like, yeah, that's part of my collection. Anything that says Godzilla. And I'm not afraid to say anything that's Zilla. Godzilla 1998. I'm not afraid to say that, yes, I have a couple items that were from that, from that movie, and if I saw a Zilla figure on sale, yeah, I would get it. And I would put it as part of my Godzilla collection. Because you can't say that, oh, well, it's not Godzilla, so therefore you can't put it... Well, Mothra's not Godzilla, but I have Mothra in my collection. Pacific Rim's not Godzilla, but I have Pacific Rim in my collection. Anything that's kaiju, really. Like, it's actually... I owe it all to you guys, because, you know, you guys have shown me a lot of different kaiju stuff, and I've now turned my Godzilla collection more into a Japanese kaiju genre collection. It's obviously majority Godzilla wise, because that will always be my favorite, but you know, I am expanding it and making it better. So yay, we're done with Megaguirus. Oh god, this is a very wordy episode. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I know some of you like me talking about stuff like that. Alright, let's unlock a new block. And hey, that rhymed. Let's unlock a new block. Ha ha ha. Okay. Alright, here we go. Boom! Oh, so we won't be playing as Organ next, because we will keep him for the last episode. Alright, so that is it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Since there was a lot of opinion talking in this episode, please leave in the comments below what you guys think of what I was talking about. I would love to read them. And as always, stay big, G fans.